So it's been a while and I've been really busy. Thank you everybody for coming back and watching these videos. I really appreciate it. Let me show you what I've got done. I have not pulled my phone or a camera out to do any of this because I've only been on work like 10-15 minutes at a time until today, where I got to spend 45 minutes. So over the past realistically 2 weeks, we've been slammed. It's right before Christmas. Today's Wednesday. Christmas is this Sunday. We've been just super slammed with work to the point I haven't been able to work on this thing. And then it's just been crazy around here. So let me show you what I've got done in just little bitty time frames, but I've got a lot done on the front end. Last time you guys saw the video, we had the steering done and we were messing with coilovers. We have finalized the coilovers where they are going. The bump stops never moved. We've made a little mount right here that trusses the knuckle. It's gonna have a top plate that comes on it that comes around here and then comes up to about right there. That'll be on both sides because they are the same. The front here mounts are made with access for the remote resi. Went ahead and made it pass through on both sides that way, just in case I decide to move these to the rear for some reason, but I think they're gonna live somewhere in there. What else have we got done? Oh, we've made a strut bar that goes between the two that has a Barnes 4-wheel drive disconnect. So an Allen head on the top, Allen head on the bottom, it lifts out. All of this stuff is only tacked together right now, just in case, but flex test, everything works. All this doesn't matter, the flex test, I just have it tacked in place. And I made a firewall today. So that is the start of our firewall. The factory Toyota firewall connection, cut the oval hole in it on the plasma table over there. So it fits in. The fuse box right here that used to live somewhere in this area when it had a body on it, got folded back. It lives there with another firewall pass through right there that clicks into place. So it is all water and fire tight. It will eventually, after paint and all of that, get a bead of silicone all the way around it, high temp stuff. What else have we got done? I think that's honestly about it. Oh, I made these cool plates and just tacked them on. So those are my strut plates. We're still gonna come through with like an X brace or something like that to tie this thing in more. I'm just trying to figure out how to work around the fuse box so the fuse box can still open. I don't really buy any more of these disconnects if I can help it because they are expensive. It only has a disconnect right now because I have to take the intake manifold off to get to the starter, which is under the intake manifold, or do any work, or possibly down the road put a supercharger on this bad boy. That'll have to come off. But flex test and everything works out. I think I showed you guys the steering pump. Let's see. As you can see, it's coming through, wiring is coming through the firewall on both sides, and the fuse box and everything will live in this middle area, and all the computers tucked away from dust and water. Working on steering is what I just started with. So see if I can get in here. There we go. So cut the steering shaft down for the factory one. Got my tube there. It'll get welded right there. This shaft's gonna come down right in this area somewhere. We will have our factory rag joint, which is over here on the workbench. So our factory rag joint right here. We need that guy because I think my orbital is gonna live in this void right here where the AC compressor used to live. That way it's not right beside the header getting super hot. Not 100% on that yet. I might put it back here, but I figured if I put it right here, it's gonna get a ton of air on it. So that'll keep it cool, as well as we'll have the actual cooler up here at the front of the truck. We'll do like a little grill and have it tucked in behind there, but they're right near each other. It's really cool as far as not getting hot. Plus it'll look cool. Yeah, but there's a big void right here. And then as well as my oil filter relocation, I was gonna move it and mount my oil filter in the back of the firewall. I don't think I'm gonna do that now that I'm getting a little more serious about it. I think I'm gonna make a bracket where my oil filter sits, obviously tucked behind tube work, in here. So it's not going far from the engine, and then the oil cooler, just like the power steering cooler, will go there, or it'll tuck into the hood scoop of the factory hood skin. Haven't decided that. Intake is using the factory plastic that comes around, just because it's so well fitting and it's got all the ports we need for the crankcase ventilation and all of that. It's just got everything needed on it, so I don't have to make an aluminum tube or a steel tube. It just works. We'll come to there, and then back here we will have a big filter box, probably put like a big cone K&N filter on it, like the biggest size I can find. And then I'm on the fence whether just leave it open to suck fresh air in through here, but it'll have a splash shield on it so the tire doesn't splash water up onto the filter. Or we'll make it sealed, and then we'll cut breather holes in through this so it pulls air through the cabin. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. We'll see when we get there. I don't see a problem either way. A lot of guys just run the filter under the hood. Not a big deal there. They just run a splash shield, so it's not a problem. We're not bogging down in super deep water, so splashing through creeks and stuff like that. Make a good splash shield, it'll be fine. Don't know. I've got tons of room, as you can see, over to work here with. That's kind of why I was thinking put the oil filter back in here, but my thinking is just in case it does leak, it's not dripping down on the exhaust. Oil on hot things, not good. If I move it up front, if something does happen to leak or come loose, it just drains on the ground. Just trying to think ahead here. That's kind of the update on this thing. It's pretty crazy. Getting to work on this thing a little bit tomorrow afternoon. We're closed Thursday and Friday before Christmas. I'm getting to work some time on it Thursday after I pick my tires up, and Friday all day on this because Jill and the kids will be out of town. So it's just me and the dog. I got nothing better to do but work on the buggy. I'll try videoing some of that for the next video because Trey said he's gonna come over on Thursday / maybe Friday, or one of the two, or maybe both. I don't know what Trey's doing. I'm here regardless. Oh, this is the other thing I did. During our flex test, the bumps only have to be 1 inch tall. So I made little bump stop pad guys for those, as well as over here. This is sitting at ride height. Obviously the whole everything will sit down about another 6 inches. It's just on the lift right now, just because it's like a good work height right here. But that's ride height. Bump stops have to be charged. I've got about a 2 3/4 gap when everything's at full height for before my bump stops hit, so that's perfect. Flex, the shocks don't max out square or this kind of flex. So yeah, that took a while to do. My coilover are 10 degrees in and 10 degrees back. It's not quite 10, it's more like 8, which I was shooting between 5 and 10, so we'll take that. And it's just starting to look cool. Had to go ahead and make that firewall because we started getting to where I couldn't get to the bottom down there to work on it. All of that's gonna be open, as well as this, because this will get a plate right here in the footwell to there, and then same kind of thing here. Obviously all the floor plates. And the thinking on that is it's super easy to get to the bolts. We will make this middle pan removable that goes above the transmission. So if we ever have to pull the transmission out, look how easy those bolts are to get to. Anyone's pulled a transmission before out of anything knows how awesome that is. So I'm trying to make this thing serviceable. Same thing with the side piece here. This side piece will be bolted in so we can get to the plugs and stuff on the transmission. That piece will get welded in, as well as that one, and probably that one. But we'll have a ton of airflow because this will be a pass-through. This will come through, and then our side body panel will have a vent right here because the exhaust is running right here, just trying to keep the floorboards from getting too hot. And then it's kind of the same story on the driver's side, but not so much. So it's not square, it's angled, that'll be that. This will be a pass-through, this is pass-through obviously, and kind of the same story. Everything will be bolted in, minus the actual bottom floor. All right, that is everything for this, I believe. I've bought some other random stuff for it. PSC cooler. We're using this style. Morgan over at Piedmont Performance, a buddy of mine, I don't think they make the black anodized anymore, but he had one sitting on the shelf. So that's my steering cooler, a bunch of other boring miscellaneous stuff no one really cares about. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. It's coming along. Next video, I will do some flex videos or flex photos or something of the nature with it. I just can't do it right now with everything tacked to place, and I don't want to break anything because it took me a while to set it like this. So see you guys later. Bye.